Alright guys, hit the like button. It helps us out in the algorithm, and also to um, follow our official ATP Network Twitter account at ATP Network 247, and also follow Ty Peasant on her alternate Twitter account. Her handle is Lizzie Cosmo. So yeah, um, so Trump ceasefire deal. It looks like it's going to happen. Apparently Hamas accepts the draft. It says it's very close. I guess they got to finalize it now. I think they're in the finalization process now. Um, but I know I need to like really talk about this in thorough. I'm finna play this video, see what he got to say, and then I'm gonna read the article myself.
Israel and Hamas are closing in on a ceasefire agreement that would halt their devastating 15-month war. Talks have been.
It's not a war. It's a genocide. That's not a war. Like Gaza doesn't have its own military. Doesn't have a military structure. So how can it be a war? Hamas is a militia group. It's not military. It's a militia group. It's a counter reaction to what Israel's doing. Let's stop with the bullshit. I'm so fucking sick of that, man. Goodness gracious.
Taking place in the Qatari capital of Doha in recent days, and mediators report significant progress, though they say that some gaps still need to be bridged. The talks have been taking place.
Yeah, what are those gaps? Like, yeah, I'm gonna let it play out, guys.
On and off for months, and they're focused on a phased ceasefire agreement. The first phase would last roughly 6 weeks, and during that time, Hamas would release
6 weeks. Shit. See that right there? Yeah. Like, nah. 6 weeks. Then continue to bum women, innocent women and children. Like, what's 6 weeks gonna do? Like, 6 weeks to what? Like hopefully more Palestinians will be able to evacuate Gaza. Like, you can't get into Egypt for free. That's why we have verified mutual aid campaigns to get most of these people out of there. 6 weeks? No. Temporary ceasefire, no.
release some of the 100 hostages it's holding in Gaza. In return, Israel would pull back troops from Palestinian population centers, allow displaced Palestinians to return to their homes, and also work with international partners to surge badly needed humanitarian aid into the territory. Now, the idea is that this initial phase would open the door toward talks on a final ceasefire agreement. That would mean a complete end to the fighting. It would mean a complete withdrawal of Israeli troops from the territory, and it would also mean the final return of all remaining hostages, both alive and dead. Now, talks on these issues have been sticky and repeatedly faltered, but there is.
See, right there. That's why I played this video. See, they really don't want that. I get Hamas saying, pull the troops, pull your military out of Gaza. Let's, you know, let's work on, a deal, and, you know, man, I let it continue.
Is a key difference this time around. The incoming president-elect, Donald Trump, has called on the sides to reach a deal by the time he takes office on January 20th. Those words seem to be heeded by all of the sides, and they appear eager to reach a deal by that time. In fact, Trump's Mideast envoy, Steve Witkoff, hasn't his job yet. He's already on and deeply involved in these, hoping to push that agreement across the finish line.
Yeah, that's the video, guys. Hold on. So yeah, that's the video. Here's my thoughts. 6 weeks. Nah, like, see, what they want to do is, this is what I think. I think they want a temporary ceasefire, so Israel can regroup, and then eventually, like, they know that Israel do not want to stop the killing. Like, they want to wipe out an entire population of Palestinians. So that's why he said the talks are still sticky, but technically we getting to accept the draft of it, which, the draft is just a draft. It's not the finalized version yet. So yeah, now I'm finna read the article. It says President-elect Donald Trump has described a possible ceasefire between Israel and Hamas as being very close, as the Palestinian militant group has accepted a draft agreement of the ceasefire. Um, in the Gaza Strip and release of dozens of hostages. The Associated Press reported two officials involved in the talks. An Israeli official said progress had been made, but the details were being finalized. Why it matters? Officials are rushing to reach a deal to end the war in Gaza and return the 98 hostages still held in the enclave before Trump returns to the Oval Office on January 20th. 7 of the remaining hostages are U.S. citizens. Again, it's like, to me, these hostages they claim that they so care about, which they don't care about because they're willing to let them die. When you drop airstrikes in random areas, they said they're in the enclave, but probably all over the place. So, yeah, like, you really don't give a fuck about the hostages, Israel. You really don't. But you claim you do, using that as cannon fire to do what you do. Oh, it's for the hostages, man. We trying to annihilate Hamas. Like Hamas be at a school and a hospital. Like, y'all literally uh, invaded a hospital, kidnapped a Palestinian doctor. Like, it just, like, it's just crazy. Um, Trump said early in January that all hell would break out in the Middle East if hostages in Gaza were not released by his inauguration. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar said on Monday that the Israeli government was working with Biden and Trump officials on a ceasefire and hostage deal. The Associated Press obtained a copy of the proposed ceasefire agreement, with both an Egyptian and a Hamas official verifying its authenticity. The plan will require a final approval from the Israeli cabinet. Qatar, a key mediator in discussion, stated that Israel and Hamas were the closest yet to reach a deal. For the past year, U.S., Egypt, and Qatar have worked to mediate an end to the 15-month conflict and secure the release of dozens of hostages taken during Hamas attack in 2023. Yeah, it started before October 7th. The Palestinian militant group launched unprecedented attacks on Israel on October 7th and killing in 27 October 7th, killing more than 1,200 people and taking. I hate when they always keep bringing that shit up. Like, there's been more conflicts before October 7th, right? They know that. They just, they got to reiterate the point, saying that this is how it started. Hamas started it. And I wish Mundo Weiss covered this, because I don't like using these state-ran fucking articles, but it is what it is. It says Hamas-run authorities said that more than 46,000 people have been killed, although it does not distinguish between combatants and civilians. Um, And look at this. Now, it says officials have voiced growing optimism that agreement will be reached before January 20 inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump, whose Middle East envoy has joined the talks. The phase agreement will allow a framework that was introduced by President Joe Biden in May and endorsed by the UN Security Council. Now, you think at least like during the talks you'll stop the killing of Palestinians, right? You think, right? You think at least Israel is a shithole, so they don't have no fucking respect. They don't have no dignity. Like my mom used to say, they Satan incarnate. At least, But like, look at this. It says Israeli strikes kill 18 in Gaza. Israeli strikes in the Gaza Strip killed at least 18 people overnight, including women and children, health officials said Tuesday. Two strikes in the central Gaza city of Del al-Baha killed 2 women and their 4 children, who range from age 1 to 9 years old. Another 12 were killed in 2 strikes of the southern city of Khan Yunis, according to the European hospital. There was no immediate comment from the Israeli military. Oh, of course not. Israel has said it only target militants. No, yeah, see, this is shit I fucking hate, man. See, I can't believe they parody these lies like it's fact. Like, it's not about it's not about Hamas, man. They're trying to do an ethnic cleansing. They're not, yeah, accusing them of hiding among civilians in shelters and tent camps for the displaced. See, that's the shit right there that really fucking boggles my mind. Like, the Newsweeks, the New York Times, the Washington Post, they always on Israel's side of things, saying, "Oh, Israel claimed that they was coming after. They're trying to get the militants, the Hamas militants, because they hiding in tents and stuff. Shut up a school, bro. You think Hamas would be in a school? You think they'll be in a hospital? Like, those are regular innocent civilians that Israel's trying to wipe out. They try to wipe these people out, bro. Look what they doing to the West Bank. So, yeah, miss me with this bullshit, bro. Like, seriously, miss me with this bullshit. Because it's bullshit. And it's about this ceasefire. Um, if it's not a permanent ceasefire, it's useless, man. Like, permanent ceasefire, man, should be on the table. Like, like it should be on the table, like right now. Like, no waiting 6 weeks. Then if things don't improve in 6 weeks in terms of talking, then go back to doing what the fuck you been doing for 15 months. Like, fuck that shit. You see what I'm saying? No, that's not gonna fly, man. Like, we ain't gonna stand for that shit.